Jesus said, "Man cannot live on bread alone, but from every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." You're listening to Daily Truth.
Romans 1, natural revelation. God has clearly demonstrated these things. They've been clearly perceived by all men so that they are without an excuse. God has demonstrated who he is, his existence, by what he has made. That creation itself testifies to the existence of God. And that is creation even come under a curse because of sin. Even tarnished creation, cursed creation, under the weight of sin, the curse of sin still remains intact enough, with enough of God's truth, with enough of God's principles, that creation is still able, even under the curse of sin, to testify to the existence of God. But that does not mean that creation itself is sufficient to testify to the morals of God, or at least not necessarily all of these morals. If we look to nature itself, well, that's what Darwin did. Darwin looked to nature and he came up with conclusions, moral conclusions, that were antithetical to divine law in special revelation. That might makes right. That the 50% plus one can simply rule over the minority. That you can simply take something if you want it, if you're bigger and stronger. But this is creation under a curse. This is creation not necessarily testifying in full all the morals of God. Here's the other element. There's two sides of this coin. One, creation is under a curse. But more significantly, man is under a curse. Man is fallen. Therefore, man is perverse in his ability to interpret what God is saying through nature. So it is only ultimately through the gospel, which comes to us only in special revelation. Natural revelation is sufficient to condemn. It is not sufficient to save. We must have special revelation, the gospel, for that. Right? How do we know this? Romans chapter 10. How will they believe unless they hear? Not just see the mountains and the sky and the ocean. No, how will they believe unless they hear? And how will they hear unless someone preaches? And the implication is preaches the word. Special revelation. What God has revealed preaches the gospel. And how will they preach unless they are sent? And how will they be sent? And for those who are sent, the scripture says, blessed are the feet of those who bring good news. Right? So we need regenerate hearts that only comes through special revelation, the gospel preached to us. Now with regenerate hearts, we can begin to interpret, because of special revelation in the gospel, being born again, we now can more properly interpret natural revelation. But apart from special revelation and the gospel and being born again, natural revelation, for one, it speaks out of both sides of its mouth. At times, because natural revelation is under a curse. And even if natural revelation was speaking perfectly, what does fallen man, apart from regeneration, through special revelation in the gospel, what does fallen man do with natural revelation? Well, he lies and suppresses the truth in deeds of unrighteousness. That's back to Romans chapter 1.
Wait. Real quick, before you go, do me a favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell so you'll be notified with all our new content as it comes out on a daily basis. And if you're willing to support this ministry, you can do so by going to rightresponseministries.com/donate. Thanks so much. God bless.